What's going on, guys? My name's Noah. Welcome to my channel. This is United Stateside, the newest Manchester United channel coming to you directly from the United States. Today I just want to talk to you about one of the takeaways that I thought was very worrying from the Manchester United-Southampton game where we drew 2-2. This is something that I haven't really seen discussed on other fan channels from pundits for that matter, and that is the fact that the word appears to be out and there's definitely a new blueprint for how to beat Manchester United, or at least how to give us a lot of trouble. This is something we saw used to great effect in the first 15 minutes of the Bournemouth game, where they were able to hold us in our own half and eventually score the opening goal. And that is the use of the high press. Back up until January, the formula for teams at the bottom to the middle of the table was to sit back, to let Manchester United have the lion's share of possession. And that's changed because now we have the likes of Bruno and Pogba playing together with incredible link-up play, the ability to dictate the passage of play and ultimately create consistent chances in the opponent's final third. You know, you could see Southampton came to Old Trafford with a definite game plan to implement that high press, keep the ball out of the likes of Pogba and Bruno's feet, and instead Harry Maguire and Lindelof were kind of forced to pass it back and forth between each other. I lost count of how many times we played the ball back all the way to De Gea. And that keeps us in our own half and it puts pressure on our defenders. And unfortunately we don't have the defensive personnel to play out of the back comfortably like a Manchester City or a Liverpool might. And so that gave us a lot of problems and it forced us to stay in our own half, and we really didn't have as many chances as we have been used to in the past several weeks. And so I think this is all very worrying because as I look at the last few games, you know, there's only a few games left, but I see no reason why all the teams that we still have yet to play wouldn't just implement the exact same strategy that Southampton used against us to great effect, and implement that high press and give us a lot of problems. You know, I think that we're really going to have to dig deep and perhaps get a little bit of luck if we want to ensure that we get that last Champions League spot. Looking ahead to next season, I think it's pretty clear that we're going to need to strengthen our defense. And I don't just mean bringing in somebody who can add speed and athleticism to the center back position, but I'm also talking about potentially a center back who, you know, has the ability to play out from the back, who's more comfortable on the ball, in addition to giving us that sort of defensive solidity. Who that player is, I'm really not sure. The powers that be at Manchester United are taking a long, hard look at how our defense has performed over the past couple of games and understanding that this is probably not the personnel that's going to get us to a title, when so much of the other team, I think, is pretty close to being a title challenging team. We're definitely going to be looking at that center back position, and I'd be curious to see who we fill it with, especially because I do think that on their day, Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire, you know, are pretty good center backs. And so I'm not really sure who you bring in. We've spent so much money on Harry Maguire, so, you know, would you bench him? Probably not. So that's going to be an interesting dynamic that the front office is going to look to solve for in the next couple of months. With that being said, there's really not time to lick our wounds. We've got Crystal Palace coming up on Thursday. I'll be uploading my thoughts after that game. I'll see you then.